If your guitar has a pick guard, we include a matching skin for that, and I'm going to show you here how to put it on so it flows right into the skin that's on the body. What I did here before I put the pick guard on, I just took one of the screws and went around and pierced the hole in the skin there where the screws go. Now you want to install the pick guard, but only use 2 screws just to hold it in place where it goes when it's mounted so it don't move. Now what you want to do, just take the skin off the backing here. And material, you know, it doesn't stick. You can move it around where you need it. You just want to kind of position it here to where it lines up with the skin on the body. It might take a little patience, but just take your time with it. It turns out pretty seamless. Yeah, it's pretty good right there. So after you get that on, you just want to press it on. Peel this back. Take your 2 screws out, and then just squeegee the skin on the top half of the pick guard. After you have the skin squeegee down to the top of the pick guard, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can either trim it off just like you did going around the guitar body, just using the edge of the pick guard as your guide, or what I like to do, I like to take it and actually wrap it around, which I think it turns out a little nicer. I'll show you how I do that. Just want to flip it over, and any sharp points like this, I'll just take it and slice it like that. Like that. Get rid of that piece. Same thing for right here. Get rid of that piece. Now you want to do that for the rest of any sharp points, but the goal is to take the skin and work it around this bevel. And then work it onto the back of the pick guard. And right here where it's gonna overlap, and go ahead and just roughly trim that off to get it out of the way. And you'll just want to repeat that until the whole thing's nicely covered like that. Okay, this here is the finished pick guard with the skin applied. And all I did here is all the excess that was folded over, I just trimmed it, you know, like an 1/8 inch from the edge, just to get some of that excess stuff. Now, what I want to point out is, you know, make sure you trim out the holes for the volume, tone, knobs, and your pickup selector. But also be sure to trim out the holes that your pick guard screws go into, because if you don't, when you twist down and tighten the screw head on the material, it'll twist the skin around there, and you don't want it to do that. So just, you know, you just take your knife and just trim out the inside of the hole there where the pickup screws go, and that does it for the pick guard. You're ready to mount everything back in. And rule of thumb, what I always do for this, is I'll grab a socket, and when I go to put the nut on, I'll just put the socket over it with my finger, and I'll tighten it finger tight. You don't want to crank really tight on it, because it'll, you might twist the skin there. Finger tight with a socket is perfectly fine for that.